the newest Brooklyn Net. He is Joe Johnson, NBA veteran, 6-time All-Star, tremendous resume, and obviously this is a big time for you and your family. A couple of years ago in free agency, the Knicks were in the mix. So I have to believe at one point you were open to the idea of playing in New York City. I don't know if you thought it would necessarily go to this route, but as you look back, was that something that was at least on your mind, the idea of playing under the big lights of New York for you?
Yeah, definitely. At that point in time, I think Mike D'Antoni was a coach.
Yep.
So he's a great guy, great mentor for me, and he's helped me out in my career tremendously. So it was definitely a thought. So, me and him had some long talks, man, and, unfortunately it didn't happen, but, he's still a great friend of mine.
Joe, when you think about it from a basketball perspective, with Deron Williams as your point guard now, I know throughout your career you could score basically whenever you wanted. You talked before about ISOs and what have you. How are you thinking and approaching this right now from a confidence standpoint that a guy like Deron Williams will get you the ball when you're supposed to get it at the right time?
I know Darren's he's a great point guard, man, and he has a great IQ for the game.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. When you look at point guards, you look at their timing in the game, when they pass the ball, how they pass the ball, and he's a guy who can get you the ball when you're open. So, I can see myself shooting a lot of wide open jump shots this upcoming season.
Chemistry, that's something Boston, Phoenix, Atlanta. You've been through a bunch of different situations and some very successful ones. In your eyes, how does chemistry build, especially with a backcourt point guard, two guard?
Chemistry is built, man, off the court, honestly. I don't think it's necessarily on the court. But, off the court, you hanging out, getting to know each other, what your likes and dislikes are. But then as you get on the court, I think with both of us having such high IQs, it'll kind of it'll mesh. So it'll be fun.
Well, it's got to be important, too, to have a full training camp this year compared to last year. I mean, last year was a whirlwind for everybody, right?
Yeah,
Trying to
last
put the
year was
pieces,
brutal.
putting the pieces together. How important do you anticipate that to be, to have a full training camp to get together?
I think it's going to be exciting, man. Now that, the compact season is over with,
right?
We have back to our regular 82 games, and, training camp is valuable. Guys are definitely coming into shape because this is a franchise who wants to get off to a great start. We know they want to win, not now, but right now. So, we're going to take the necessary steps and adjustments to make that happen.
I never liked training camp. You're not saying that you like training camp.
Training camp is tough, man. Training camp is tough.
Normally a player gets traded and there's some semblance of knowledge of what they're walking into, the arena that they're walking into. You've played there, you've been there. This is completely different. This is almost unprecedented to get traded to a team that has changed cities, changing arenas. Clearly the philosophy of the team is different than it used to be. Is that part, for you, even a veteran who's seen everything in this league, the mystery of it is exciting, but I'm also sure for you, hey, you're anticipating something completely new and completely different in your career.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be different. It's kind of like coming into the unknown, so to speak.
Yeah.
But, I know the players and the coaches pretty well, but like you say, playing here in Brooklyn in a new arena, so it's going to be different, man. It's going to be different. But like I said, it's going to be an opportunity and a challenge for all of us to kind of, grasp hold of it and really try to make this turn it into something great.
Yeah, and with the core being what it is, with Brook Lopez, if you think about the concept, right, you have center, you have Gerald Wallace, guy who can versatile forward, you have the best backcourt, what I think in the NBA. I mean, a couple of pieces are missing on this thing to really start to make a lot of noise.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have a great team, man, to really be right where we want to be, and that's contending for an NBA title. So, like I say, we just have to right now just try to add some more pieces to help this team out. But, I think we're going to be pretty good.
Landscape of the NBA. Miami Heat win the championship. Obviously now all focus is on them. You know that team. You know them very well. You've seen them through the years. You've seen them develop. The way that team is constructed, is this now the way that teams have to focus and put their teams together to go up against that? Is that the philosophy that teams need to adopt?
Well, I think teams are really going toward that way, having, more than just one or two guys who can really get it done. Now in this league, man, the guys are getting so advanced and so much better early. So, it's going to take three to four good guys, man, and a great supporting cast to really get you over the hump. Because I thought Miami's supporting cast is what really got them that win in the finals.
They stepped up. There's no doubt about it.
It was big.
Joe, congratulations.
Thank you, man.
I know this has been a wild day, I'm sure, but we're happy for you, and I think this is a great start for you.
Thanks, man. I'm glad to be here.
Joe
Great.
Johnson,
Thanks.
newest member of the Brooklyn Nets.